Okay, today we're going to extract this tomato, which is a miracle tomato, a rogue bird, or somehow somebody dropped a McDonald's hamburger tomato, whatever. But this has grown. We're going to extract it and repot it in the biggest pod that we can find. And we'll be back to show you the proper procedure. Okay, that's a pretty big plant. I hadn't seen it. Here's some other ones that we had already done. And they're all looking good. But we'll take the opportunity to show how to transplant a tomato or anything. Most important is drainage. Nobody thinks of drainage. You see we have holes on the bottom, and we're going to put a few more rocks, which keeps the soil on the bottom and allows it to drain. So we're going to do that next. Okay, I'm still preparing our components to extract the tomato and plant it in its new home in this pot. You can see we have potting soil, which is a little lighter than a regular Miracle-Gro soil. Started to mix it a little bit, but we're going to get the clumps out and mix it together real nice with the rake, etc. And then we're going to sprinkle some of this fertilizer in here. This is really for roses, but it's close enough to tomato fertilizer, pretty much the same thing. And we are going to mix it all together, put it in this pot, and then go extract the plant. And we'll be back with the next part of the procedure. Okay, we sprinkled in some fertilizer, we have a nice mix, and now we just put it in the pot. No big deal. And now it's a little fluffier, a little bit more happy. Be a nice happy soil. We'll fill it up and we'll go extract the tomato, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, we're finally prepared for extraction. And in the garden, there she is. Look at that, hiding out. Big. In the garden, I always like to use this here trowel, but to transplant, you want to keep as much of a ball on the bottom of your plant that you're moving. So it's the one case where I use this here shovel. I think they actually call this a transplant shovel, but I can't swear to it in court. So now we're going to extract the tomato, but first we have to test our drainage. We'll be back. Okay, many people would put the plant in and then water it, and that's it. But there's a better way. What you should first do is check the drainage of the soil, which I'm going to do now, before you put the plant in. So we're going to get it nice and wet, and you don't want to create any puddles, but we want to make sure that the water goes down and drains through, because if not, your plant will not survive. It's crucial. A lot of people blow it off, and it's important, which is why we take the time to do the rocks and make sure we have aerated soil. And furthermore, it's also why we do this here soil test. So we'll check the drainage, and it's probably good. It seems to be going down, which is great. And if I see it leak through the bottom, which I do, we are in business. So we'll let that sink in, and then we will extract our plant. We'll be back. Okay, we're going to extract. The key is we want to leave a nice root ball on the bottom. A nice ball and root on the very bottom. So carefully, went to surgery here. I'm going to cut around the plant with the tip of the shovel. I'm going to try to get as much dirt as possible. And that's what we want. And there you are, people. That's pretty big for a transplant, but we're going to deal with it. I'm going to put it down, but you'll see I left a nice ball on there. That's what you need. So we're going to plant it, and then add a little more soil, a little more water, and put it in the sun and pray. Okay, I'm just going to use my hands. I'm going to make this little hole. Go like that. It's pretty hard. You never want to have low leaves hitting the dirt. So you want to pick these low leaves off. Get rid of them. They're a killer. You want the plant upright. You see it's much easier to work with too when it's wet originally as opposed to after. So these are all live and learn type things. That looks yummy. We're going to add some soil, and I think that's going to do wondrously. Okay.